Okay, so tonight is Sunday, October 23rd, 2016. Welcome, you guys. Whoever is not on the call, we're glad that you're tuning in to watch this. So I'm just going to start off first with a couple, I want to go over SC points, and we're going to just name off the top 5 of our whole entire team, where we're at with Success Club right now. And then, kind of see what your guys' game plan going forward is. And then I'll do a couple other updates of what's coming up this week and then what's coming up next week, and kind of going into, because it's already the end of October, which is crazy to me that November is literally a week away from today. That's just insane in my mind right now. So starting off with Success Club, I told you guys from the get-go, I was running as hard as I could. I'm definitely not where I want to be. I'm halfway there. My goal is Success Club 30 this month. I have a week to go. I'm at Success Club 12 total overall. I have that split between my 2 accounts. So I'm personally at Success Club 8, and then my husband's account is at Success Club 4. So it puts me total at 12. Kaisa is running right behind me. She's at Success Club 6, which is rad. So congrats to Kaisa for hitting Success Club already. Katie Miller, which I'm so stoked about. This is her first month actively coaching. She's been a discount coach, and she's not my personally sponsored coach. She's actually one of my personally sponsored, Jessica McDonald. She's one of her personally sponsored coaches. But I'm mentoring her, and she is at Success Club 4 right now, and it's her first month actively coaching, coming off of discount. So that's super exciting. And then Katie Stanglewitz is at Success Club 4. So you're almost there, girlfriend. One more and you'll be in. And Meg, I know you're at 2, right? But sorry. And then Abby is also at Success Club 4 right now. So those are the top 5. I'm heading it up. Abby's bringing it in the bottom. We're in the top 5. And then I know, Meg, you're at 2 right now, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you still have a week. 2 more people in a week is 1,000% doable.
Yeah, I have a lot of conversations going. Emily and I we were talking yesterday, and we both just felt like the last 2 weeks have been really hard for us just with everything. And so we challenged each other yesterday and today to do 50 invites. And so I still have some of mine to go. But because, I had all those rodeo queens add me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I want to do a free horse and rider challenge. But since October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I wanted to donate all my commissions from this month to a cause. And I found, I heard this story a while back about this girl who was actually a rodeo queen, who was killed in a domestic violence scenario. And her county basically formed a princess program in her honor to help younger girls in coming up in the works to be queens. So in her honor and as an awareness thing for this month, I'm donating all my commissions to her princess program. Awesome. And so I've been messaging a bunch of queens like crazy. And some of them are cool. I knew her personally. I totally want to participate somehow. I've gotten a lot of money kickback things.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out a good way to combat that. But but so hopefully I'm just gonna keep inviting until
yeah.
Like crazy.
So yeah, keep doing that, because even if nothing else, it will set you up for an amazing next month, right? Mm-hmm. Hugely. If you do that in abundance, it really sets you up for the next weeks coming up. Yeah. But I guarantee, if you're doing 100 invites in 2 days, you're going to there's 2 people in there that can say yes, that are ready to go. And I would follow up too. If you go back into your follow-ups and, message those people and say, hey, you know what really I think works for me when I do my follow-ups, especially if it's someone that I've messaged a couple times. And it really, honestly, I've had people that I've messaged almost in a year, you know what I mean? Month after month. I don't harass them anymore. Every month I'll just check in and say, hey, another month has gone by. Are you ready now? You know what I mean? Because then it gives them a perspective holy crap, a month has gone by and I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? I'm still sitting here. I'm still thinking about it. I said no then. And like constantly putting that in their face, like, hey, another month has gone by. Hey, another month has gone by. Hey, it's been a whole nother month, like they can go back and see that trail. So you might want to try that if you have people that you've talked to like a couple months ago that said no, to you before. So coming up, moving off from that, coming up this week, we have a lot going on. Our sneak peek is scheduled for tomorrow, and we're running it with the coach for a week. So if you have anyone that you've been chatting with that potentially is interested in coaching, the coach for a week is every single day. Abby and I did it for the first time last month to kind of test run it. I think the script is put together really well, and I'm a couple days behind, and we actually started a couple days behind last month too, which doesn't matter because nobody really knows. So we technically, the way I wrote the script is Saturday and Sunday. We add the people. We have them do a little something on Saturday and Sunday to kind of get prepared for it, and then Monday is like day one, where same exact thing happened last month. The weekend was just like insane. This weekend was insane. So I didn't post in that group yet. I added my people. Katie added someone. So we'll just reset I'll go back to the same script we used where day one will technically be Tuesday. So Monday we'll have them do the things that we would have done Saturday and Sunday, which isn't a big deal. They're really just putting 5 things together of things that they could post about and then sign up for BOD. So it's nothing like crazy. And then starting Tuesday, they'll do a workout and then post about it and then post a recipe. So every day it builds up where they're adding one small coaching task to their list. So they're kind of dipping their feet in, being like, hey, could I do a workout every day? Do I like these? Where they're getting a taste of Beachbody workout on BOD. They're getting a taste of posting positive, impactful things on their page and what kind of feedback they're getting. And then in the middle of that, I'll go in and actually do the 1 hour sneak peek where and Katie and I are running this one together this month. So we're going to go in and just talk about more of our culture, what our team culture is, how it's impacted us being coaches, how it's changed our lives in coaching, more so than the nitty-gritty details of like you earn 25% and this is what you have to do. You have to do a power hour and the little details which don't sound so exciting to someone. So we're going to actually squash it all together. So it's really a week, but if you only have someone who's interested in just the sneak peek and just wants the 1 hour thing, you can just pop in and add them in for that day and then chat with them after. But I think it's a really great way if you have people who have potential to be a really great coach and, they're like, they have any hesitation, like, especially if it's like, oh, time, I don't have the time. I'm so busy. I have another job or I have so many kids and, I can't fit it in. And my thing is like, if you do this for a week, it's free. There's absolutely zero commitment. And if you try every single day, all I'm doing is giving you like tiny little tasks to do. And it's just a snippet of what we do as a coach. Try it on, like put that hat on for a week, see how it feels. If it's not for you, that's totally fine. At least you can say you tried it with absolutely zero commitment and you decided then you didn't like it. But don't say no before you absolutely haven't tried it. It's like we're walking them through it in a very simple way and then giving them pretty exciting information more so on how our team runs and how our team culture is and what they can expect in that regard. So if you have anyone to add to that, I'll post the link after this in the team page and you can add them to that. It's called Experience Coaching. And again, it'll just run the 5 days. And then after that, if they want to sign up, they can join the next challenge group, which starts in November. November 7th is the next challenge group. So that is coming up. And then don't forget, tomorrow is the next BOD sneak peek, which I am totally slacking on. You guys, I've been so busy this weekend. I haven't done anything in regards to like work. I've been posting to keep my presence on social media, but that's it. I haven't done any kind of like promoting or any kind of work at all. So I'm a little behind, but I'm going to get that out tonight and then I'll still post about it tomorrow. And then I have my event that I can post that in as well to get that excitement back going. But again, it's still, even if you get no one to do it, it's still an opportunity for you to do it, to film yourself, record yourself, break that down all week long So you're just, posting a snippet of yourself all week doing the workout. Meg, if you can just do the portion of like the punching,
I'm
you know what I mean? Like,
because I've been like so excited.
I know, but the other good news is that it's not just tomorrow, all next weekend. They're doing it for 3 more days. So, I don't know if you guys, another coach on our team who's one of Erica Carlos's coaches, Kaylee, she just posted on her page with the last quarter force sneak peek. You know how like if you tagged yourself on Instagram or whatever, like that you did the sneak peek. She totally won a prize for doing it. She did it and she won a prize. Beachbody sent her a yoga mat. How rad is that? She was 10 people out of like 400 submissions. She was one of the 10 winners. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's really like definitely participate in those things if you do any of it, like participate, tag yourself, like do the stuff that they're telling you to do because you really do win prizes. Obviously. So that's pretty rad. Congrats, Kaylee. So that is also next weekend, and it's running for 3 days straight, which is cool. So we are still doing our quarter force like free group, and we're going to actually just pull it along into that weekend. Like it was really supposed to be 5 days, so that it was just Monday through Friday, but we're going to stretch it out so that they have the opportunity we can still keep adding people throughout the week and they can try to quarter force them at that point. And then the other thing is don't forget wherever you're at, whatever state you're in, whatever city you're in, get to Super Saturday. That is this weekend. In San Diego County, we're having Super Sunday. Depending on where you're at, it might be Super Sunday for you. But I just even saw like LA just added a Super Saturday. Like they're putting their own Super Saturday together and they've never done that before. So even in the LA area, they put one together, which is huge that they're popping up in cities all over. So they're really, if you haven't been to one, they're so much fun. You get a lot of information and it really keeps you excited and gets you back in the mindset and back into the experience of what all this really is, because you have the speakers there. In San Diego, Joel and Jericho are coming, which is rad. That's going to be our workout. We're actually going to get the quarter force workout with Joel and Jericho live, so it's going to be really cool. But they're going to a ton of different cities, so make sure that you check because they might be going to your city. I think they're hitting up like 10 or 12 cities. They're just hopping planes and going Saturday and Sunday, 8 cities. Yeah, they're going all over. So definitely go if you can make it. The tickets are usually between $15 and $20, but it's such a great experience. And I think, is Abby going with you guys, Meg?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it. I was going to ask you because I've never been to one. So is it a mixture of like a workout and info or?
Yeah. So it always starts out with info, and it's really cool because they'll give you a lot of like up and coming stuff that hasn't been released yet. You'll get a lot of like first time info, and then, so it lasts about an hour and a half. It's never really like super duper long. So the info part first, there's always some sort of guest speaker. So you'll sometimes either have a top coach, like I've seen Raina Odell speak live and in person. I've been to, this will be my 4th Super Saturday since I've been a coach, it's really awesome because it's always different every single time. So I've seen a panel of top coaches speak. I've seen this time they're going to have a coach speak, and then we're also getting Josh Coates, who is a personal business coach to a lot of top Beachbody coaches. So that's really rad. So it's really, you get a ton of training too. It's not just like, they're going to tell you what's going on in Beachbody, but you always get some sort of training. And then at the very end, there's a workout, and it's, typically like the last one was Country Heat, I think that they did. And then this time it's obviously going to be quarter force everywhere because that's what's releasing, but sometimes they'll mix it up. So I would dedefinitely do it. I would go for sure. Even if Abby's not going, see if you can get the other girls. I've gone alone before. My very first Super Saturday, I went with my husband because my upline coach didn't care about going, and no one from my team cared about going. And I was like, I'm going. And so I went alone. So it's rad. You're, with a bunch of other coaches.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go. It'd be Portland, which is fine. I mean, that's a little bit away from me, but close enough. So yeah, I'm going to try to go. I'm pretty sure I can.
Even if you can't stay for the workout, like I've gone before and not stayed for the workout and just did the informational portion and the training portion and then left for the workout. So it's
as long as I'm like moving by
yeah. Yeah, it'll be good. So I highly recommend that you go if you have the opportunity to. So just getting into the meat of the call, it's when Katie and I, over the weekend, we had our little leadership retreat, and then we had a speaker from corporate who's my corporate mentor, Mary Day, came on and spoke. And I kind of just wanted to go over what she talked about because I think it's so huge for all of us. Her topic was mindset, and it was, even me in my mindset, and I was like, I'm going for SC30 this month, and I'm going to push really, really hard. I still needed to hear these things. I still needed this motivation. I still needed these reminders that I really forget a lot of the time. Truly. And I think that it's huge for all of us, especially right now, especially just having a week left in the month and then going into November and December, which will prove to be, if this is your first year as a coach and this time of year, it's going to be a little harder. You'll get a lot more objections coming up to Christmas and Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and all of those holidays where people have to spend money and buy gifts and travel and stuff like that. So, I think it's just super important that we really get our mindset right now and have these reminders that we can always fall back on and go back to. And, for me, like I'm implementing this stuff now because I need this now. I need to put my mindset in a very positive place. And in a place where I know that no matter what the outcome will be, I'm going to be okay. Like it's going to be okay no matter what, right? So the first thing that like getting yourself in a mindset and keeping yourself there and keeping it positive, even when the negative stuff happens, is envisioning your positive outcome, envisioning what your goal is, envisioning the end result. And if you've never done like meditation, really an envisioning meditation where you sit still and quiet for like 5 minutes and close your eyes and truly think, like if whatever your goal is, if your goal is just Success Club, whatever, this month X, if your goal is to be a top coach, if your goal is to be, whatever your goal is, you literally close your eyes and start envisioning, and you envision everything. Like you make a story in your mind and you see it all happen. So you're going to see like, how does it feel? How does it taste? How is everyone around you going to be? What is the excitement going to be like? How will your life change? How will people react to you? I mean, you're literally painting a picture in your mind every single day, over and over and over. You're envisioning how amazing this is going to be, right? And it's funny because you're putting this vibe and this energy out there that's what you're going to get back, right? So it's not just a goal either. If you start envisioning your team, right? Like I am going to have a team that's going to be amazing. They're going to be go-getters. They're going to be like wanting this as bad as I do. And you start thinking that, and you start envisioning what they look like and how exciting your first team call is going to be and how cool it is to announce them as coaches when you add them to the team page. And, the excitement that's going to be around that. Like it's truly envisioning everything that you want for your business, everything you want for your life. You're putting it out there in a very real way. And that stuff will start to come to fruition. Like it really, truly does. And it's happened to me a lot. And I know that it slows down when I stop doing that. And I have not done it. I really stopped the whole practice. I was doing it every single day, every single morning. It was part of my miracle morning. And I totally stopped doing it. I totally pulled it out. And I was like, it was something I'm like, I just don't have time for it, or I'll do something else, or I want to make my extra cup of coffee now and I'll just put that one out. It's so important to do. And you'll see why. So I challenge you to start doing that. Take the time. If you get up in the morning, even if it's just with your cup of coffee, sit by yourself, envision your goals and start painting those pictures very, very realistically, very vividly every single day. And then the second thing is something that Mary was it was great to hear and great to be reminded of, but because this is your business owner and this is your business, you get to choose what success looks like to you. Every single one of us chooses what success looks like to us in this business and in our life, right? So none of us are going to be the same. None of us are going to want exactly what this other next coach wants, right? So all of us have different goals. All of us have a different mind, like a picture of what success is for all of us. And the cool thing is that once you know what that is, you can change your mindset to be okay with whatever the outcome is going to be. So, if you're just like, hey, I just want to make a few extra bucks every month. That's my goal. That's my mindset. So then you start thinking that is my level of success. That is okay with me. Even though Monique wants to be a top 10 coach, who cares? That doesn't mean I want everyone on this team to be top 10 coach. If they want to be, I support that 100%. But if another coach on this team just wants to earn $300 a month, I support that 1,000% too, because that's huge. That's huge. That will be life-changing for them in some capacity. So once they start changing their mindset and thinking how it will feel when they have that extra $300, because that's a bill that they can pay off, and how excited they'll be when they see that deposit in their account, and how it will feel to pay off these bills, and that mindset starts changing for that specific goal, all of that stuff you're almost believing it before it happens. And that belief that it will happen before it even happens creates and opens the channels that will allow it to happen. So you won't be putting out, because you're putting out such a positive vibe, you will open the doors so that the negativity isn't a factor. You've almost overcome it before any of the obstacles or negativity comes. So that when you start getting those no's, you're like, that's fine. I don't really care, because I know how it's going to feel, taste, sound, be when I hit this goal, when I make that $200 or $300, and when I pay off that bill. So I'm just going to keep pushing, because I know that there is someone there that's going to say yes, that's going to make this happen. I know. It's like it builds confidence. It makes you know that it's going to happen regardless. Like there's no way that it's not going to happen. And going into that, along with that, is your mindset has to be in that capacity, and you have to be almost grooming yourself for this every day, because you begin to accept no matter what happens. So if it's good or bad, your mindset is okay with the good and the bad. And I knew that I had changed that, and I was okay with it when last month I had a really, really hard month, right? September was like just the worst for me ever as a coach. And in a lot of ways in life too, my grandma was really sick. We knew that she was going to pass away. I completely checked out of my business. I was doing the things I needed to do, like checking with my challengers and, posting to keep my presence on social media, but I was not at all going after a new business, right? I was not at all sending messages. I wasn't doing invites. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was just doing the stuff that I knew I had to do. Otherwise my business would completely die. But it did completely die. And at the end of the last 3 days of the month, I'm like, holy crap, I'm still at Success Club 0. But no matter what, I instantly flipped my mindset. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to hit Success Club at least 6, no matter what. By September 30th, this is going to happen. And so I went into, I'm making this happen mode. My mindset was there. I'm going to make it happen. I messaged like 250 people. I mean, I just slammed in 3 days. I slammed out messages like a maniac. All follow-ups. I was following up with people from like months and months and months before. And I got 3 people to say yes. I got 3 orders out. And of course, those 3 didn't happen. There was like, people were out, they were away. At literally 5 minutes to, I'm messaging a girl back and forth, and she's like, I'm trying to enter my credit card and it's not working. Right? And it didn't work, and it flipped over to the next day. So that was points for this month. Another girl was like, oh, it didn't work. And now all of a sudden she never even finished her order because it didn't work and she was busy. And now, something else happened. I mean, it could have like broke me, because not hitting Success Club at all in September, do you guys even know what it did to me? I had Success Club 0 for the first time since I started the business. I was a Success Club All-Star, so I had hit at least Success Club 5 since I began coaching, which was at that point probably 15 months, June, July, August, September, like 15 months. And that meant that I would have gotten recognition on stage at Summit. When you hit 24 months in a row, you are a Success Club legend for the rest of your life. You're recognized as that. And I let that go. Like all of that is gone. Now, by Summit that came this year, I would have been a legend. And it was gone. In the blink of an eye, it was done and it was gone. And I could have let that break me. I could have let it take me in my mindset down a bad path and a dark road and, gone the whole like, why am I doing this thing? And, what's the point? And instead, I was like, oh, well, it's done. I was okay with the good if it were to happen, and I was okay with the bad if it didn't, because it didn't kill me. I didn't die. My business isn't dead. I still hit Success Club this month. And because, just like you were saying, Meg, like all those messages that I started sending, because I did that in such a hurry, in such a flash, it set me up for such a great month already, being at Success Club 12. And where I'm at Success Club 12, I was able to choose, like, where do I want these points to go? You know what I mean? Like, to have that luxury to be like, I want them to go here, I want them to go there, I want to build my husband a diamond, maybe I'll keep these ones. Like, it has set me up for a really great month to feel good about myself. But I was still okay with that. I was still okay with, you know what? I mean, I've had coaches like, oh my God, I've been on calls where I said I lost my all-star and they're like, like they wanted to die for me. Like I saw the faces of like drama, and I'm just like, whatever. It's life, I mean, that I made the choice. What was my ownership in this? My ownership was I didn't do the things that I needed to do every day, regardless of whatever circumstances were going on around me. This is my business. If I were to work a regular 9-to-5 job, I wouldn't have the luxury of checking out and not doing my job every day, And so I did that to myself. I took the liberty to check out and not do it every day. So I set myself up for this. So knowing that and putting my mindset in it, like, hey, I did make these choices. I chose not to work my business like I should have every single day. This was the outcome. It's not the best outcome. It's not the outcome I hoped for, but it's still okay. I'm still like, I have no qualms about it. I have a complete peace with it. And knowing that going forward is what will help get you through those tough months, because I guarantee you guys, you're going to have tough months very, very frequently. And then coming a lot of times, not just personally, you'll have tough months, because mine was personal. It wasn't economy. It wasn't a factor. It wasn't any outside factors. It was a personal thing in my family. So coming into months where there are holidays and you're going to get a lot more objections, top that with sometimes we might have personal circumstances on top of like people who are like, it's Christmas time and it's, this time and that time of year, and I have to buy costumes, or, in August, I have school shopping to do for my kids. I can't afford anything. There's always going to be a little something. And so if your mind is always completely set in the positive, if you're completely envisioning the positive outcome, but you're still okay with whatever the negative outcome will be also, you'll still get through it, and it will be so much less painless than it was if you were like allowing the drama, allowing the negative, allowing that negative mindset to take over. That's the worst thing that you can do. The quicker you can pull yourself out of it and remember that it's going to be okay, that you can push forward, and no matter how bad it was of a month in your business, you're still going to pull through it, and the next month you still have the opportunity to be okay. I share this with you guys because I saw it very real and very valid. Like a lot of my business, like title was taken away with that, so I could have very easily been like, this is why am I even working this hard? Why am I doing this? Like, oh, the shame, oh, the horror, it could have been so terrible. But my mindset was, I'm okay with this because it is the good. There is good and there is bad in this business, but the good far outweighs the bad. And I think we've all seen examples of that happen already in our businesses. Meg, you had an amazing story that you posted the other day with, all that you've experienced just with domestic violence and all that, like all the people that you've been coming across. And, why would we, even if we have bad months or slower months, or we didn't hit the goals that we set, what a bigger impact we're making than those numbers and what those numbers mean, you know? So I just challenge you guys to start being conscious and aware of your mindset, and really set aside time, if you can, make that a priority to really do the envisioning. And I'll post a little thing about, because I've followed like a, you know, kind of a template, I guess. I'll post that. But if you guys really implement that, you'll see a huge difference. It's just like when you implement clean eating, right? You feel different, you feel lighter, you feel better. So when you implement something else super positive, which really only takes about 5 minutes a day, I mean, really it doesn't have to be longer than that. The cool thing is, once you kind of get into it, you kind of don't want to leave it, because you're in this like amazing little zone of like, I see all this really cool stuff happening, you know? And then it's really even more awesome when it starts to come to fruition. And that just happened to my husband this weekend, which is really rad, because he does this all the time. And all of this stuff kind of just started coming into fruition over the weekend. So it's really rad, you guys. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Katie and I had a really awesome weekend. And, you know, we're even thinking about, because we're not so far, even you guys, you know, further up north, Katie has a cabin here in California, and we're trying to put together just a chill weekend, not anything crazy, maybe in February or March or something like that, where we can all get together in the cabin, because it's pretty huge. It's like a giant family cabin. So I think that'd be kind of rad if we could all just get together for like a weekend. So anyways, we will talk about that. I hope you guys have a great week. We have a ton coming up, and it's the end of the month. So I really want you guys all to hit Success Club if that's your goal. If not, whatever your goal is, we're here to help you reach that, even if it's just to stay on track with your health and nutrition this week. That's what we're here for too. So make sure that you reach out and let us know what you need, because we can't help you if we don't know what you need, right? All right, we love you guys. Have a great night, good week, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.